Hey, it's Andre from the High Performance Academy, and we're here with Beau Yates with his freshly built Toyota GT86. Now, Beau's a pretty regular name in the Australian drifting circles. He's well known for his previous AE86. In my opinion, one of the cleanest and best presented AE86s on the planet. I was really keen to see what Beau came up with his new Toyota GT86, and honestly, I'm not disappointed. Beau, this car is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty to look at. We're not on the track this weekend with it, but it's only going to be a matter of time just to make the transition from the old car into the new one. But definitely the boys at Hypertune and obviously the people at Wins and all the people supporting me, Toyota Australia, it's definitely an eyesore. It's something to, it really comes across good. Now I'm getting a really good response this weekend, so I'm stoked.
Yeah, you've built an exceptional car and it really looks the part. First of all, your old AE86, I mean, it was a legendary car and everyone loved looking at that car. What prompted the move to the new chassis?
Well, just kind of made sense, we're all moving forward. Cars are pretty good. I've been excited about the release of the new 86 for some time now, so as soon as I heard the car was going to hit our shores, I was working on a proposal to try and get one in my hands, and here we are today, so I'm really excited.
I'm stoked it's all worked out like that. Now, one of the things I noticed when I'm looking at the car is you've stuck with the stock FA20 engine. And most of the guys around the world who are drifting these are either putting NASCAR V8s or 2Js in them. It's a pretty bold move going with the FA20. It's a relatively unknown engine and there's not a lot of off-the-shelf support for it. So what prompted you to stick with the FA20?
Well, I think for a lot of the people involved in the build of the car, I think there's a little bit more credibility in getting the factory FA20 to work. I mean, the car's a beautifully balanced car from factory, so why try and re-engineer it? Toyota know what they're doing when they're building cars, so I figured, if we can get it to make 500 and make it light enough, it is still going to perform exceptionally well.
Now, with these modern cars, particularly something like the new 86, the electronics package in the factory car is quite extensive. You're relying a lot on CAN bus, which makes it hard to integrate some aftermarket ECUs. Obviously, you've got a bit more freedom, being that it's a purpose-built competition car. Tell us a little bit about the electronics in the car. What have you got in there?
So I'm quite fortunate that Motec have been working quite heavily with these cars. You say CAN, but we're talking CAN bus with this thing and still controlling the factory electronic steering and retaining a lot of the factory parts. So I'm blessed to be backed by a company like Motec.
So you're running a Motec ECU in the car?
Yeah, so the new M150 Motec with the new C125 dash.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. So it still retains all of the factory componentry, basically?
Yeah, electronic power steering, the 4-cam control, all the bells and whistles what it comes out from factory with, just a lot less wiring, that's all.
So the new Motec C125 dash, it's a beautiful piece of equipment. How are you finding that from the driver's seat? Is that giving you all of the information you need?
Yeah, sure. So the new C125 is a pretty cool looking dash. It's a full colour screen. It's got all the vital information we need and it's just cool to look at.
Just moving back to the actual engine electronics, these are a peculiar engine in that they're running a mixture of port injection and direct injection. You're still retaining the usability of that with the Motec M150?
Definitely, the M150 can control the direct port, but it's something we're still working on, and it's actually not being used at this point. We're still just using the port injecting for now, but obviously working alongside Motec to get the direct port up and running, and yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to the power side of things. You've got a big turbo hanging off the front of it. Obviously, balance you've said is important with the car, so you've got a little bit more weight out forward. What sort of power aspirations did you have for the car, and what sort of boost response did you need to see?
We knew being a 2-litre, to extract as much power out of it as possible, we needed to run a fairly decent sized turbo. So it's got a 30 series Garrett on it. Obviously bred at GCG Turbos here in Australia helps us out a lot with the car. But it's putting out close to 500 horsepower now, and a car weighing just under 1,100 kilos. It's definitely got plenty of power.
Yeah, that should spin the tyres pretty good. And what sort of boost level are you needing to run to get that sort of power level?
So it's saying kind of like 22, 24 pounder boost to get 500.
And what sort of fuel?
We're running the ethanol E85, yeah.
Fantastic. The other thing that's a little bit different with your car is you've got a dry sump system on there. So can you just talk us through the choice with that a little bit, please?
Well, in my previous engine, I mean, it's been in the car for 5 years, and we figured that that's probably due to the dry sump setup. And I guess you get a lot of lateral loads and stuff when you're drifting, and we didn't want any wash in the pan, and there was just no compromise really. So we figured, a dry sump setup would be the best solution.
It's hard to argue with that. Yeah. What about gearbox? What are you running there?
So it's actually all the way from Sweden. It's called a Tractive RD906. It's a full billet sequential 6-speed gearbox.
Oh, that's a pretty serious piece of gear. Yeah. Should give you no problems with reliability, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, they rate it out to 1,000 newton meters or something, and it's 19 mil wide gears, and it seems to be pretty strong. So with the limited testing we've done, it's definitely been up to the task so far. Cool.
Oh, look, Beau, really love the car. Thanks for taking the time out to have a chat with us, and we can't wait to see this thing shredding some tyres on the track.
Cheers.
Cheers.
For online tuning courses, visit learntotune.com.